Hi, this is going to be a preview of the Mexican team for this FIFA World Cup. Just a summary of what they are, their key characteristics, which players to look out for, how they play, and even the man sitting in the dugout, Javier Aguirre. If you're new to this channel, please hit the notification button, subscribe, and make sure you leave a comment because maybe I could learn a thing or two from you. Or let me know your views on this. If there's any feedback as well, leave that in the comment section. I'd love to know that. But to business now. So Mexico, as you know, were a co-host. That means no qualifiers for them, automatic qualification. They are led by a man who has the distinction of being one of the few people to have represented their country as a player, as an assistant coach, and as a head coach at the World Cup. His name is Javier Aguirre. He first played for Mexico as a midfielder in 1986 and played for them at that World Cup. Then later in 2010, I think, was it 2002? But he also came to the World Cup with them. 2002 was the first time he led them to the World Cup as a head coach. Then 8 years later, he will lead them to the World Cup again in South Africa. And then now he's taking them to his third World Cup as manager of Mexico. Curiously, the last time he took Mexico to the World Cup, the man who is his current assistant was his captain back then, Rafael Marquez. Barcelona fans will remember him, elegant-looking guy, really good footballer on his day. And he scored that 79th minute goal for them in the draw against South Africa in the opening game of the FIFA World Cup back then at the Soccer City Stadium. So there's a bit of nostalgia surrounding this game that they're going to play for them. But a few things that you need to know about the manager. So he's wedded to a compact, pragmatism-first football. And he's famous for producing that quote where he said that when it comes to the World Cup, the teams that play the prettiest of football don't always win. Rather, it is the teams that are hard to beat and know how to compete who tend to win at the World Cup. And that reflects in the way he sees the game. It reflects in the way his team plays and how he sets his team up. And so they are a very compact team that rely on fast breaks and transitions, very intense as well. And I think that will come in handy, in this tournament. But whether or not they can do that in the climates that we're talking about, the weather in the United States, if their games travel that far, is another matter. But there are a few players that you need to look out for. Jose Gallardo, he's deceptively quick for a man of his age. He's 31 years of age. And then you've got Israel Reyes as well, who's much younger, but also very quick. Israel Reyes is interesting because he's one of those players who offers tactical solutions for a manager. So his orientation as a centre-back, he started out as a central defender first. And that orientation has given him the tools to provide tactical solutions if the game requires him to be shifted into central defense. So for example, if there is an injury or if there is a tactical tweak that requires a teammate to be shifted into central defense, the coach can know. Can rest easy in the knowledge that Israel is very competent at that and he can do a job there. If you want to shift to a back three and take on someone else, bring on a much quicker player to offer width in the wide areas and shift one of your defenders into central defense, again, he's your guy. Beyond him, you've got the man that I think Premier League fans would know a lot, Edson Alvarez. He used to play for Ajax. I think he may have played with Mohamed Kudus back at Ajax. Yes. And then later he joined West Ham United. After 2 years, it didn't work out for him. And so he's moved on to pastures anew. These days he plays for Fenerbahce. I don't know if that deal will be extended beyond this summer or if he's going to find a permanent home elsewhere. But yeah, basically what Edson Alvarez does is that he breaks up play, covers a lot of ground, is tidy in the tackle. The Premier League proved to be a bit too quick for him. And that's ironic, coming from a Mexican midfielder whose game is often built on combativeness, being intense, and being very quick. But yeah, that's life. The Premier League can do that to you. But he's still a very competent player for what they do. And is the anchor man and easily the most important player for Mexico. Breaks up play, covers a lot of ground, provides protection for the defense. And that's what Edson Alvarez does. Then you've got Gutierrez, who's very good with the ball at his feet, can get the ball up and down the pitch as well, can dribble in tight spaces occasionally. So don't switch on the TV expecting to see him do that every now and then, but he does that sparingly for that team. The man to watch in attack, obviously, has to be Raul Jimenez. He's got a wonderful story because after that fractured skull that he sustained in that injury in the Premier League, nobody expected him to kick on. But 4 years later, he's back to lead Mexico to the World Cup. And he's the guy who, on his day, can turn a half chance into a goal. He is not the most beautiful to watch in terms of dribbling, in terms of all of these fancy tricks, but he's very, very smart and he knows what to do in each game state. So he links up play quite well. Aerially, he's a monster, very dominant aerially. He knows how to get away from defenders and doesn't need too many touches to get into a game. And in a tournament like this, that could come in handy. So if you're tuning in to watch the Mexican team today, those are the players to watch. That is what you need to know about the team. If you know more about the Mexican team, I'd like to learn from you. Leave a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the notification button, subscribe, and then share the video.